What's up, people? It's Leah and welcome back to another home decor video. In this series, I am redecorating every single room in my apartment, and I'm showing you renter-friendly hacks, DIY projects, and a very eclectic design style that hopefully gives you some ideas for your own home. This is my very first time living completely by myself, and I am absolutely 100% taking advantage of that opportunity and really letting my creative juices flow. And before we get into the video, I want to say that if you're new to this channel, if you come here a lot and you are not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below some of your thoughts. All of these things help me reach new people, help grow our community, which helps me be able to continue making these videos for you, which I absolutely love doing. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about today's redecoration. Today, we are tackling the entryway. So let's get started. I feel like the entryway is an oft forgotten place in a home. And I feel like most places in a home that serve more function do tend to get forgotten. The entryway is a place where you maybe keep your shoes, maybe keep jackets, shopping bags, things like your car keys, backpacks, you know, things that serve function outside of the home. And I definitely am looking for this in my own entryway. I want to have a place to hang up my keys. I want to make it as easy as possible for me when I'm leaving the house. And since I am a no-shoe apartment, I definitely like to have a place to store some shoes that I could just throw on and leave. But that doesn't mean that the entryway can't also have a fun design style. So let's head into the entryway and I'll talk you through some of the issues I'm having with the way it's laid out now and some of my ideas for the design. All right, I am gearing up to start decorating my foyer. Foyer? I don't know. Entryway? I don't know what to call it. Anyway, let's talk through what's working, what's not working, and the vision for the room. So the first thing I'll talk about is that I have this rainbow doormat. Originally, I had this idea that I just wanted this room to be like hella rainbows everywhere. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that even though I want each room to have their own design style, I do want some of the rooms to sort of flow naturally into each other. And since the entryway is connected to the living room and the kitchen, I did want the design style to be similar enough that it wasn't so jarring to walk from room to room. So we're nixing that and we're going to move this rainbow mat somewhere else in the apartment. I actually think I'm gonna make my laundry room the crazy rainbow thing, though I don't think I'm gonna do a whole video showing my laundry room because there's not really like much to do in there. But yeah, that's what we're thinking for this doormat. We're gonna move it. Also, something else that's not working in here is the way I have my coats hung up. Right now, I have them hung up on the back of the door that leads into my office. And what I find with this is it makes me not want to close this door. And I really prefer to have this door closed. Additionally, it kind of gets in my way as I'm walking through the door. And just in general, I don't think I need this many coats hung up here. I live in Vegas. I'm not really wearing coats most of the year. And I'd rather have them not on the back of the door. So I'm gonna add some hooks on either the left or right side of the door. Originally, I was thinking I would put the coat rack above where the shoe rack is right now on the left side when you're facing towards the door. But the only reason I had that idea is because on the right side of the door, there's this box here, and this is where the heating and the cooling comes through. And I'm just not sure if I can hang coats above here. I'm not sure if it's safe. I talked to my dad on the phone. He also said that if I drilled holes above the vent, there might be some sort of vent leading upwards that I'll like put a hole into, and it might not be the best place for me to be drilling into the wall. So we're still figuring that out because I do think the shoe rack is gonna be less intrusive on the other side of the hallway, on the right side, underneath where this vent is. So I'm not sure where I'm gonna put the coats yet, but somewhere either on the left or right side of this hallway. I also need better organization. At my old apartment, I had hooks on the back of the front door where I would just like put my keys in my bag. I'm gonna add some hooks there as well. I'm not really like counting the door itself as part of like the design aesthetic. I'm just gonna put like functional hooks on the back of the door. But I think in general, the style I'm going for in this entryway is Victorian, maybe a little steampunk. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun thrifting some items for this entryway because one of the major design changes I want to make is to add a gallery wall kind of everywhere. I wanna to get as many frames as I can and cover as much of the wall as possible. One thing I don't have in my apartment right now are pictures of like my friends and family, and I want to have a place to display those sorts of photos, and I thought this entryway would be the best place. I don't think I'm going to fully fill the walls in this video, but I'm going to place the gallery wall in a way that gives me room to grow and room to add photos as I find cool frames when I'm thrifting. I'm also thinking about adding some curtains in the doorway that separates the entryway and the living room. And I also want to have a bench in here. There's a bench that I've been using for my voiceover booth that just isn't working the way I want it to in the voiceover booth, but I think it'll work really well out here. And that's really most of what I'm thinking of. The important things are decluttering my coats, finding a different place to have coat hooks, deciding whether I want to keep this shoe rack on the left or the right side of the doorway, getting a new mat, though I'm actually thinking of getting a runner that'll span the entirety of the entryway, and then massive decoration. So now with that in mind, let's clear out the entryway and start mood boarding. So getting into our mood board, here are some pictures that I got off of Pinterest. A lot of what I see in Victorian entryways are stained glass. It would be really cool if I could thrift something. I obviously can't add a stained glass window, but maybe a little stained glass decor item. I also saw a lot of pictures with mixing metals. That's something I definitely want to do. Some gold, some silvers, some bronze. I don't want to stick to one metal finish, and I think that's really going to bring out the steampunk aspect. I also saw a lot of design ideas with taxidermy. I will say right now, we are not going to be doing taxidermy in this entryway, but I have an idea of how to sort of tie that style into my Victorian entryway, but you'll see that more in the mood board. Very ornate frames. Since I will be primarily thrifting my frames, it is a little harder to find affordable, extremely ornate frames like I saw in a lot of these Pinterest photos. So I'm really just going to be looking for anything more interesting than your average frame, and this is a collection I can grow through the years as I thrift more. My goal for this makeover is to just get some inexpensive starter frames from various thrift stores, and I can change things out as I find new frames. I also saw a lot of dark wood accents as well as a focus on pastel colors. And now let's get into the entryway. I had the incredible luck of finding this mirror at a Goodwill a few weeks ago, and I picked it up knowing it was going to be great in this entryway. I also got a runner for my friend's girlfriend. She was getting rid of it. I really thought that the muted pastel colors would work well in here. And I'm going to put some curtains into the entryway. I have these silver ones, which I thought would be fun since I am mixing metals. But if these don't work, I do have a few other options. I'm also going to keep the simple shoe bench that I have. It's definitely not ornate in any way, but it does have those dark wood tones. I'm going to bring this bench in that I got for $10 at a Goodwill and I've been using in my sound booth. I think it's gonna serve me much better out in the entryway, a place to sit, to put my shoes on. And if I'm feeling up to it, I think I'm going to paint it brown to match the shoe rack. I'm thinking of getting this brass tension rod to hang up the curtains. It's basically the same color as the dark woods that we're going for, so I think that will look nice. And then of course, all the frames, as ornate as we can get, we are going to be thrifting all of those frames, and we're looking for a mix of different metals. I want to get some nice gaudy curtain tiebacks, and as I said, I wanted to sort of play with this taxidermy idea, and I found these really gaudy, really fun coat hooks on Amazon, so we're gonna bring those in. And the last thing we need is a doormat. I played with a few. This one I think was way too similar in color. The red one, but I don't know, I really wasn't feeling red in here. I think if there are any colors I'd want to play with besides the metallics, I'm thinking more of a pastel blue or a pastel green. I did end up getting this mat here. Not so much a pastel blue, but still sort of a muted blue. And I also got this beige one as an option if I didn't want so much color. And so here's our mood board. I'm feeling really good about it. And now that we're done mood boarding, it is time to clear out the entryway. And to start, I am going to put the runner down and I'm going to try the shoes on the other side and just see how that feels. So I'm gonna head out to the store. I'm not gonna go to Goodwill this time. There are a few other thrift stores around Vegas that are similar. One is called Castaways and one is called Savers. I think at this point I've exhausted all the good stuff at all the Goodwills near me. So I'm gonna go to those stores instead, see what I can find. I'm basically just looking for frames. Any sort of gold, silver, black, or white frame is what I'm going for. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can find. Hello, we are sitting in the entryway getting a feel for the place. You saw I put down the runner and I put the shoes back in place. I did also bring the little bench in, still deciding if we're gonna paint these legs or not, but I think yes. And I put the curtains up. I feel like the color situation happening in this frame isn't doing it justice, but I don't know, I'm still not sure. I didn't put the tension rod up yet. They're just sort of on a stand. I think once I show you everything I got at the thrift store, I'm going to change them out for the black ones that I have. And I don't know, I have a feeling I'm gonna like those a lot better. It's weird looking at them closed because I'm never gonna have them closed, but it's really messy back there and I didn't want you guys to see that. So that's why they're closed at the moment. I think I have to look at them open when they're, you know, pushed against the wall. But anyway, let me show you my thrift store finds. I got some good stuff. First, you saw in the mood board, this mirror that I have. I'm gonna try to not shine a light on you. This mirror that I had, it's definitely going in this entryway, and ideally the opposite wall that it's facing is going to have a gallery wall so that the view in the mirror is nice as well. I think that's something really important that is often overlooked, is you want your mirror to be reflecting something nice. Like in my living room, my mirror reflects the couch and the gallery wall above the couch. And so I can see it even when I'm sitting on the couch. And same thing for this. When I'm walking out the door and I'm leaving, I want to have a nice gallery wall reflected in my mirror. All right, so I did get a good amount of frames. It's fun building a gallery wall like this where I kind of don't mind if things are worn, if things are scratched, if paint is chipping. I want everything in here to feel very worn in. And I think that will give it that Victorian inspired feel, but will also feel like we're in a thrift store where everything is for sale, which is what I want this to look like. So I got like this gold frame. I got this one here. I really like the mat around it, but yeah, I'm not gonna keep the bathtub, but it's cute for now. What's also fun about these frames that I got is really no shade is the same. They're all different, which is really that vibe that I'm going for. I just want to mix all of the metals possible, make it real crazy looking. I got this cute little silver one. Fun getting different shapes. I have two other ones that are not square as well. We have this guy here and this one over here. This is really the only good black frame that I got, but some of them we could probably paint. The sticker got stuck on this one, but yeah, I tried to look for anything that was silver and gold at the same time. That'll help the theme a lot. I got this silver one. Also, look how cheap. The one store was insanely cheap. $3, $2.97. This one with this funny shell in it, definitely gonna take that out, but I thought the mat was really fun. I liked how small the picture inside needed to be. I really wasn't trying to get any frames that were bigger than this one here. Like this is the biggest I was really going for. This silver frame, fun design. I was really looking for anything that was unique. Black and silver, and this silver and white one. Again, if there was any time I could get a mix of two of the colors, the black, white, the silver, or the gold, I definitely got that. So those are all the frames. I did also get these fun wall candle holders. Ideally, I'm gonna paint them black, but we'll see if I have time for that. But these are gonna be fun to just hang on the wall. I gotta get some candles for them. Ah, so cute. I think they were $1 each. And then this little piece of stained glass. The design is kind of hard to see. It is coming off. I'm gonna hang it up as is, but I'm thinking one day this could be something I could repaint. Because yeah, the paint really is chipping and it could use a refresh. I just, at this point, am not 100% sure I have time. But it's fun leaving little projects like that, you know? That's kind of what the point of this series is. Get all the big projects out of the way and then have a complete living space. And since I'm a creative person and I like to do activities around the apartment, also with cosplay and stuff, if like one day after the whole apartment is finished, I could just like sit down and repaint this, that would be such a fun afternoon. And I got this basket. I liked the design it had along the top. So this can just be for extra things, maybe some extra bags or something in here. But I'm feeling good about this. I'm gonna order the hooks and the tension rod for the curtains. I'm gonna try out the black curtains. And then I need to get another doormat. And then yeah, that's kind of it. So I'll check back in with you when my package arrives. All right, that is a good stopping point for today. I'm super happy with how this looks. Now I really just need to wait for everything I ordered to come in, get that all set up, and we'll be finished. So should probably be just one more day. I'm excited. I'm really, really happy with the frames that I got and the way that I was able to display the gallery wall. And as I mentioned, I wasn't anticipating I was going to get the most ornate frames ever, but that's one thing I'll always keep my eyes open for when I am thrifting in the future. And I can always move things around as I get more frames, but I'm very, very happy with this base. And I'm excited to order the photos and get those put in the frames, my little gallery wall for my friends and family. It's gonna be nice. I also did try out those black curtains I was talking about. It didn't end up working. All it made me realize was that the rug, which I initially thought had some black accents in it, are actually very dark navy blue accents. So the black curtains didn't work. They didn't match. We're gonna stick with the silver ones for now, but I'm still gonna think on that. I'm not 100% convinced that the silver curtains are the way to go. But now we're gearing up for day 2, the last and final day of decorating the entryway. And leading up to day 2, I did end up painting the bench brown, and I'm very happy that I did. I started with just a light sanding. I really wasn't trying to get the white paint off. I just wanted the surface to be a little bit grittier to help the paint adhere a bit more. It did take about 3 to 4 coats to get this fully opaque, but I'm very, very glad I painted it in the end. And I decided I am gonna keep the shoes on the right side of the hallway, and I'm going to put the bench on the left side of the hallway. Since it is much shorter than the shoe rack is, it's not intrusive of the door at all, and it seems like the perfect place to put it because that's where I put my shoes on. So all in all, very excited. Let's get into day 2 with the rest of the stuff that we need to finish up in the entryway. Hello, today is the last day that we're putting things into the entryway, getting it ready, getting it all finished. I have to put up the mirror, which I decided is gonna go here. It's gonna go over the vent. Well, not over like the vent part, which is like down here. It's gonna sit on here, which I think is gonna end up being a mistake, especially in the winter months when I'm putting the heat on. I think it's gonna heat up the command strips and it's gonna fall, but that's a winter problem. It's summer right now, so I'm not totally worried about it. And then we're gonna put the coat hooks on the wall sort of next to it. I think that'll be good. And the coat hooks are so fun. Look at them. Oh, they're so gaudy. I love it. So I'm gonna put those up today. I'm gonna do the mirror. Also, the curtain tiebacks came in and they're ridiculous. They are not really what I expected them to be, and they look crazy. So I'm actually gonna nix the curtain tiebacks, mostly because I'm not convinced I'm going to end up keeping the curtains up. But I'm gonna try one last thing with the curtains. So right now we have the gray ones up. I've tried the black ones, they don't work. But I also have a set of sage green curtains that are currently in the doorway of my bathroom. So I'm gonna actually put the black curtains outside the bathroom and try the sage green ones out here. Then I got all the photos for the photo wall, so I'm gonna put that together. And if you're working with command strips like me, it's super easy. You can pull the frames off the wall, separating the Velcro of the command strips, put the picture in, and then the frames can go right back on the wall. Super, super easy. And then yeah, we have some candles for the candle holder, and that's about it. So let's get working. And you can see here, I'm just burning the bottoms of the candles. They were a little bit too small for the holders and they weren't staying up straight. If you ever have that problem, you can just heat up the bottom a little, make it melt, stick it in, and as the wax dries, it will adhere to the inside of the candle holder and your candle will hang up straight. The coat hooks are looking great. The mirror looks awesome. The olive curtains are the way to go. The black ones look great in the entryway for the bathroom. Olive green, definitely the color for out here. And so we're all finished. It's time for the big reveal. Welcome to my haunted passageway. I'm so happy with how it turned out. The bench and the shoe rack are in a perfect place. I also have this little basket here, and I went with a blue doormat. This mirror is definitely my favorite thing in this entryway. Look at the way it's reflecting that gallery wall, so pretty, and such a great thing to have in the doorway. Last looks right before I leave. And these coat hooks are so fun. I think they're so cute, and they're sturdy as well. And painting this bench brown, great idea. Look at this gallery wall. Oh, and that stained glass. I did end up getting super inexpensive curtain tiebacks at Lowe's. I think they were like $1 each. And I love how these candle holders look. And now the first thing I see when I enter my apartment is a beautiful place where I can see my friends and family, where I can have a fun Victorian meets steampunk meets haunted passageway design. It was all really simple changes. I was super lucky that I had most of the stuff I was gonna use. And I can say that 95% of the items in this entryway are thrifted, which is an incredible thing to say. I love thrifting, and I'm glad I was able to thrift for this entryway. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming along for the design of my entryway. I hope it inspires you, and don't worry, we're only about halfway through this series. We still have so much left to do, and I'm excited to bring you along for the rest of it. My apartment is really becoming just the coziest home. So specific to me, and I'm loving every minute of making this series. So if you're enjoying it too, like, subscribe, comment, give the video a thumbs up, anything to help us reach more people. And I'll see you next week with the next room, which, spoiler alert, it's gonna be the bedroom, and it's gonna be a doozy, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I'll see you next week. Peace out.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 난 겨울. Yeah, 가요 cold. Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero. 폭설한 그 chill there.